I've got some ideas for some videos I want to make, but I wanted to start with the basics. And this is for preppers and sheepdogs and that kind of person, patriots in America. And I wanted to talk about how ready are you? And I'm not speaking about like your what you've bought in order to be prepared and ready, and I'm not really speaking so much on your skills, though I might be part of it, or what kind of training you've had, but I'm speaking about you as a person. And if you would entertain me or humor me for a few minutes, I've just got this broken down into some basic attributes, and these are old attributes from old Dungeons and Dragons, a paper and pencil role-playing game. So these figures, SIWD, C, and CH, represent strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, and charisma. So we could restate strength as maybe general fitness. Dexterity is kind of associated with fitness, but we could restate it maybe as coordination. And intelligence, I think intelligence is the ability of your mind to process and retain information. But I think in Dungeons and Dragons, intelligence also kind of reflected your education level. Wisdom, I'll leave that as is. Whereas intelligence may reflect how brainy you are, how educated you are. Wisdom, I think, is the application of intelligence, the prudent application of intelligence, and how to deal, or an apprehension and comprehension of things as they really are in the world, and maybe as things should be, although that could be considered idealism. Dexterity and coordination, that would be whole body dexterity, not just manual dexterity. So that could some might refer to that as maybe agility, but I don't know if there's such a thing as manual agility. And then there's constitution. Some might describe that as health or hardiness. And then charisma might be social skill. So let's see, strength or fitness. Now, in Dungeons and Dragons, you would roll 3 6-sided dice. So that would give you a bell curve weighted towards the center, which would be about 10 points. It could be even 11, so like 10.5 points. but just for simplicity, I think we'll just go for a flat linear scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best. So strength or fitness, and maybe an Olympic competitor would be a 10. Someone who's disabled would be a 1. I'm going to try to be realistic and say that my fitness right now may be about a 3, not real great, on a scale of 1 to 10. Maybe a 4. It's not great. I'm not I don't run much anymore, so that's not good. It might be higher, but I'm trying to really err on the side of safety. Intelligence, I'm just going to say that maybe I'm average or a little above average, because whereas maybe I'm smart in some things, I'm pretty stupid in others, right? And while I can crunch information and process it and arrive at things that over time that maybe other people don't or can't, my brain may not be as quick as some people's brains. So I'm just gonna say 11. We're on a scale of 1 to 10, so I'll say 6. Wisdom, I think my wisdom's kind of up there, but maybe I'm not real good at applying wisdom in my life, so maybe 7. Dexterity and coordination, yeah, that's, I'm gonna put 3 again. My manual dexterity is pretty good, but my overall dexterity is not great. I would say like 10 would be someone who can do parkour, and again 1 would be somebody who's disabled. Constitution and health is probably a 4 or 5 right now. And then charisma or social skill is probably like a 2. Again, I'm trying to err on the side of safety. So now I can look at these figures and I can decide on what I need to work on. So my dexterity and coordination needs some work, and my strength or fitness also needs work. Now if I improve those, I think my constitution and my health will also get better. So I can work on 3 at a time just by exercising more. There are areas where I could educate myself to improve my intelligence or education. And then charisma and social skills definitely need some work, because that could be a liability. In say like a grid down or without rule of law situation where you need to be able to work with other people. In order to survive, because you gotta sleep sometime, and it's good to have people around you who could guard you while you're sleeping. So you can draw up your own self-assessment in these areas, and then really ask yourself, okay, what do I need to do to improve this? Because say in Dungeons and Dragons, where your character had these attributes affected like so much of what you would do. And if you had higher attributes, better rated attributes, you stood a better chance of being successful in whatever it is you were trying to do. So this is just something to consider. Do a self-assessment, and then in these areas, and then ask yourself what you can do to improve the low ratings. And you know, the high ratings too, because if you have a high rating in something, it certainly doesn't hurt to have an even higher rating in it. So, but really low ratings in an area could be a significant weakness. So if you can improve in those areas, you want to figure out how to do so, and then begin working on it. And then, you know, in a couple of months, if you've been working on it, then do the self-assessment again. And you could even put like a comma, or say my strength increased, I could put 4, and then I could say +1. That would be +1 from what it used to be. So, and that would help you track your progress. Of course, you could always put it in a spreadsheet, and then track your progress over time in a spreadsheet. So, something to think about. You know, like Garen Thami always says, work on your fitness or get training. And he says all this gear isn't going to help you much if you don't have training, and that includes physical training. So yeah, consider this, because some of America's enemies, they're in much better condition than lots of us who are on these high carb diets, high entertainment schedules, where we're consuming lots of entertainment rather than working on improving our lives, and just wolfing down all this propaganda that our errant government is pushing at us. So, something to think about.